Well, it's hard to do, to keep somebody out of the end zone. As I said after the game, if it was easy, a lot of people would do it. So you want to keep a perspective on it. Again, we're not beating our chest. We got a lot of work to do, a lot of areas that we've got to continue to improve, and I believe we will, because our guys' commitment, the way they've worked thus far, and the humility that they've shown. They're very hungry. They understand and recognize the standard, and again, up to this point, they have really embraced that. So, we want to, I think a mark of a good player is, reaching, your potential. And so I think a lot of guys are having a high ceiling for themselves and pushing and striving and straining for, a championship-style defense. And we got a long way to go before we get there, but we're making incremental improvement, week by week since we've started fall camp. So it's pleasing to see in a lot of ways. And then again, there's when you play the amount of guys that we have, there's a lot to coach and correct and teach and improve on.
Where do you see Luke kind of following that process?
What's that?
Where do you see Luke kind of following that process?
He's bought in. He's healthy for the first time since he's been here, and again, playing with good confidence, playing with toughness, and eager to come and learn and improve every day. So he's really straining, and because of that strain and his consistency at showing up every day with the right mindset, he's been a microcosm of that incremental improvement.
He was talking about explosion throws going against Brian Brzee and Tyler Davis just trying to beat each other, get off the snap faster. Have you seen that improvement in that area?
Yeah, playing faster, playing more violent, and being more intentional about, again, hand placement, footwork, playing aggressive, all those things, yes. And it's showing up. It's been a little more disruptive. Again, he's an athletic guy, and he's just scratching the surface. He's got a tremendous ceiling that he hasn't reached yet. So hopefully he'll continue to work and strain and improve.
Brent, having guys like Skowski, Nolan on that defense, does that keep that, even the younger guys striving towards that championship level that you want, having guys who've been there?
Yes, certainly. They bring out the best in people, and that's what the great leaders can do. They're, again, for guys that have had a great deal of success, have been a part of a lot of really good teams. It's a very driven, small group of guys right there, those two guys in particular, in Spector. Very driven. You can't raise the standard high enough for them. And that's awesome when you have that. You can't coach that. The guys either have it or they don't. And I've had plenty of older guys that come back and don't have that same edge. I've done that, not necessarily a relaxed mindset, but just not the same hunger. And when you have it, though, you raise everybody's levels up. And so the good thing is we got a lot of good young guys that are willing to, be led and have a willingness to be led. And so you've seen, again, just one game, but we're able to play, quite a few guys, and you see, these guys, our future looks pretty good too. Level of play, how we ran to the football, played good situational football, and attacked the line of scrimmage and got off blocks and pursued and covered, all those things. So those guys have been a huge part of our success, and I think that they would be the first ones to tell you that they had mentoring that took place as well. And when you got a really good locker room, guys that are very invested, players and coaches alike that understand the standard and the philosophy and the core values of your program, and then everybody works daily to protect it and nourish it. That's a byproduct when you have that type of leadership.
I think it's ready to start ACC play. What do you feel like this defense still needs to improve?
Oh man, all of it, just all of it. Really, it's the level of competition, week in and week out. It's going to be improved. There's a familiarity with each other. Just every single bit of it. Run defense, pass defense, positioning, technique, eyes, execution, precision, timing, all of those things.
Is there an area that you feel like Georgia Tech might challenge you differently than what you've seen from the first?
I mean, they've got. I think everybody knows they've got quarterbacks and running backs that are very dynamic. Got a great transfer at receiver in McGowan. That's their leading receiver. He's very explosive. Can really go and do a good job utilizing their tight ends. They got a big ex-receiver, Camp, 6'3" plus and big guy. So they got, and then they've got some experience coming back up front. This is year 3 for them, so players understand their system even more so. But the backs that we'll see this week are as good as we'll see all year, and the quarterback and the quarterbacks, regardless if they play 2 quarterbacks or not, are very similar, and dual threat guys that can improvise and extend plays and put you in conflict. Some option principles, but they also have the spread principles as well, and they really understand the system. The coaches do a fabulous job of putting you in some stressful, strainful situations and make it a real space game. But they also are physical, and the way they run the football, the running backs are really, really tough, very explosive, and are home run hitters.
Which I know they still have option principles, but what do you think about the progress they've made if they've kind of changed their philosophy?
Yeah, I mean it's a radically different. What a tough job that was to turn it around. That's not an easy thing to do. There's a lot of obviously things that are in their favor, location and the history of their program, but they're doing the right things, and it's been a step by step, brick by brick process, but turning around a complete and totally from a recruiting standpoint and a systematic standpoint. So outside lens is that they're doing a really good job, just again under very difficult circumstances, not like the normal new staff. You're talking about 2 different planets from what the locker room was like, as far as players, personnel, systems, things of that nature.
How much of a pain was it to try to get ready for a triple option in a short week?
Yeah, well, it was a year-round process to be able to execute at a high level. You had to work it more with a year-round mindset, so that the players had familiarity and coaches as well. So, if you're doing that year-round, working on those things, I felt like, because I think a lot of teams still, week in and week out, you get a lot of teams that still carry a lot of just option principles 101. So that was actually always a good thing, for us. We felt that we could apply it in different ways, virtually week to week, by emphasizing it, year-round, but different as well, as we know, fly bone and the triple and all that type of thing.
Is Justin Foster okay? That was having an allergic flare-up, but is Justin Foster, is he fine?
Yeah. I'm not the injury person, just so everybody knows, too. Y'all come in here and ask me. Don't ask me any injury stuff, because I'm not the guy, but he's good. He's good.
Anything else from anybody in person? Anything from anybody on Zoom?
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor from CUTigers.com. We hope to see Nolan Turner on Saturday, but I can see him in the NC State game on the sideline coaching up for Cuba. How valuable has he been as kind of a coach on the team, on the sideline, when he's not in the game?
Yeah, he's been great. Been great for all those safeties, and certainly Andrew benefiting, from, again, his mentoring and his leadership. So it's invaluable, again, when you have somebody that has that type of knowledge and experience, and again, the right kind of guys that embrace being able to, have somebody like that pour into them. So he's been terrific.
Anything else? All right, thank you, Coach.
All right.